might be enough damage. All right, well, around the Beast Coast fans here, a bunch of front runners on this panel. Gary, I'm gonna need you to play contrarian here. Can you help me out? Can we get a little 1-2 for SG Esports?
King out Enigma. Let's see what he can do. Slipping it into the pos 3. No more KJ Enigma. Still gonna have a core one coming out for us for SG. Theban. They do a little bit of shifting there. The Enchantress last pick, position 5. I was kind of wondering the same as Trent. Is it a good Ench game? What's the reason for it?
I think it's pretty good because you just want to have this 5 hero who can pretty much secure the Slark's game no matter what. Because they were thinking this last pick most likely going to be an offlaner, and this offlaner is going to be a strong hero against the Slark. So they want to match that offlaner's potential with an even stronger 5 of your own. So it didn't matter what they pick. So now this Ench should be able to counter up the the Phoenix quite well, and the Slark should be able to get free farm in a perfect world.
In a perfect world. Oh, we'll see if they get it. Already grouping up down bottom and trying to contest the bottom bounty runes. Puck realizing there's not really a fight to be had there. Slark going to get a couple of touches on the Phoenix first.
I was actually thinking, Gary, what would have been really cool is if they picked a carry that could have potentially went middle and had this Kunkka against the possible Enigma offlane. Because Kunkka is actually incredibly good when he plays into the Enigma's lane. You pretty much just like one-shot these Eidolons at some point.
Just Tidebringer, maybe a Randy Torrent.
Yep.
It could be super good. Well, Shadow Shaman gets some free experience. Catches that Enigma as he does deny the first creep out of that wave.
Just to be clear, if I call you,
going to be laying up with that K1 Abaddon.
Literally.
He's already got his items queued up. We know what it is. Phase Boots, Wand, Radiance. Ready and raring to go. Now CEO is going to TP up to try and lane up with the Enigma. Schofield not quite there fast enough to stop his TP. Was a little close.
All right, Stinger just farmed 2 Eidolons.
Took a bit of damage on his way through, but he's got boots, so he should be able to slip away from the Earth Spirit. There's no Orb of Venom, no boots on the ES. So it leaves K1 alone. Farm up 1 creep out of that first wave. And bottom lane, the 2-man stun. Schofield already asserting his dominance. Fire Spirits and Impale getting up in the face of KJ and Cjbeards.
Yeah, this lane, I mean, this Phoenix last pick, I'm not too sure how I feel about it, but they don't really have any heroes who can actually kill the egg easily, right? The only way they can kill the egg is Slark has crazy amount of agility stacks late game.
Because it gives them that team fight with a Supernova, and it also gives them, you know, Sunray with that tanky strength core and K1's Abaddon.
Exactly.
So when they decide to like go push towers or high ground or something, you've got that backup.
It's really scary as a Slark too. If you get low and then you pop your ultimate, but then the sun rays on you and it gets stronger, the more you get burned, you might take way too much damage and die as soon as you come out of the Shadow Dance.
Yeah, it can be a tough one, especially when you've got like Carapace and stuns and X-Mark, which you can't deal with, right? There's always going to be that threat of the Kunkka catching the Slark.
That's what I was thinking, like, picking Slark against Kunkka is so scary.
Yeah, we used to see it like mid lane to try and match up against the Kunkka because, you know, Slark could lane decently in that kind of melee versus melee, but then you think about the mid game, the late game, you need a BKB.
Yeah, the last time we saw that matchup though, the Kunkka was able to slay the Slark. It was the match where Beast Coast played against No Ping.
Oh yeah.
Slark, yep. That did not end well for him. So far, mid, it looks exactly the same as game number 1, Gary. The first 3 levels, Puck does well against the Kunkka, and then the Kunkka catches back up, and then Puck and Kunkka is pretty much just a wash.
Just a farm trade between them.
It's all going to come down to the first power rune, who gets it. Like last game, the map really got blown up the moment Crystal got that arcane rune and started playing topside.
That's the thing, right? It's not just who gets the rune, but what is the rune?
Yeah, exactly. Because that was an illusion. He wouldn't be able to do that, right? He wouldn't have so much sustain and low cooldown.
No,
we'll see what he gets this game.
KJ bottom, pop the Fairy Fire just before he got stunned. So it looks like he's all right as the leash comes out, pouncing onto Nyx.
Spirit though.
Just touching him.
getting rid of low.
Spirit zapped down by Stinger. Both side lanes. Some real oppressive aggression from every single hero. And it does keep King out here, continually denying creeps. So at least they got that going for them. Spirit straight back up towards that top lane. Full HP, full mana, level 2 now. Could think about going and rolling straight on top of the Shadow Shaman, so a bit of revenge coming. As K1 is going to slip away, needs to escape, so Stinger, he turns to fight King Ao, but dies instead.
He's got to get the top rune on the Earth Spirit right now. He's got nothing else to do here. 10 seconds. It would be nice if Edge can also go towards the bottom rune. She's much faster than the Nyx. They're not doing it. Where's the rune? Oh,
Chryslok gets it again. Not an arcane though, the other purple rune.
Yeah, I mean this will set up a kill on the Enigma or even the Slark. Invis up, X mark.
They're trying to relieve some of that pressure bottom. They keep running at this Nyx, but he's got boots and stick. 4.5 HP regen a second, just naturally without even worrying about tangos. Doing perfectly fine, while top lane K1 under tier 1 pops the fairy fire. He's trying to retreat away. There's no roll for 4 seconds, so it looks like he'll be grand. Just get salved up by Stinger. The roll cancels it out.
Cancelled. Big cancel
Theo.
actually.
Great play there, straight on top of the abbadon as the shackles now. K1 turns to battle him. There is a Malefice level 2 here to put onto the abbadon, but they've got so much damage and the right clicks through that Curse of Avernus. Clear through the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, I mean Earth Spirit
Those bounty runes.
I'm sure is gonna come back top and try to go for a kill onto K1. 2 more seconds left.
Adriana doesn't get the second bounty. Man, K1 really is playing this to the very edge. Yeah.
I mean,
Not expecting
even
the level 5 puck, I guess.
Exactly. Even if the puck wasn't there, though, he was gonna die to Theo. Just get rolled on, kicked into the Enigma, Islands, Enigma, just kill him.
But bottom lane, Slark, out of mana, out of HP, out of life.
Ooh, tried to dodge the last Fire Spirit, but got hit with it anyway. Very nice. This mana burn build is going to be very annoying for the Slark, right? Later on in the game, too. You saw it right there. He can't really do much if he doesn't have any mana.
Yeah, it's a game where he desperately needs BKB. You know, thinking about the Kunkka, now the Nyx Assassin. Slark super reliant on his mana pool, which is incredibly small.
He actually went for Oh, Whisper? Nice.
It's all right.
Sorry.
Look what Rune Kunkka has now, Theban.
Oh god, the good one. He pops the invis, Tifa's bottom with the ghost ship.
The third rotation into the offlane of the entire DPC by Chryslok. Arcane Rune invis looking for the Slark. So he's going to X, he's going to boat. He's popped the Arcane Rune. They'll catch Cjbeards.
He wasted it.
He tries to get out of there, but Schofield's ready with a stun. The finishing touch from Chryslok's needed under the tower. They get it done. Schofield does lose his courier in the midst of it all, while up at top lane, it looks like K1 and Stinger were trying to get on top of Theo. They can't break past him to deal with the Enigma, so SG still... Oh, bottom lane KJ stuck down here as well still. Stunned up by the Nyx and a double for Chryslok.
And they still got the catapult alive, so they can actually play for this tower too. Being's gonna keep that catapult alive while the wave comes in. Coco finishes the next creep wave off. Things are looking super good.
Yeah, they put the K1 about in mid.
Yeah, they got nice juicy stacks as well for the Kunkka to get right after he takes us to bottom tower in the jungle.
Oh, dude, jeez. Who's been doing that? Who's had the time to do that?
Who else is a support? Yeah, get the double stacks going. Easy peasy. They're gonna get all the tier 1 items from those stacks too.
Well, SG still. Nice little check mark in that box, tier 1 top. King Ao is level 6 with his Necro book. So the Enigma still looking pretty hot in this position 3 role and carving out a bit of space for themselves. Clearing out stacks potentially as well as the puck. Adriana, yeah, does take out the medium camp. Double man coil, roll in onto Stinger. The boat's coming through, but kick back, snaps the coil on the Kunkka. Trapped inside that creep camp now, and Enigma, where's the black hole? I don't know if it's even leveled up yet. He's holding a point, but they're going to burn through Theo. Schofield wants to catch an additional one. Mana burn, no stun. Adriano, he's got nothing left to give, so the X mark here, no phase shift. Can't evade the follow through from Beast Coast. A bit of retribution for them.
Yep, all they really got was a shaman, right? And they camped there, so they're gonna be happy with that. Chris Luck can just easily clear up these camps. Just level 4 Tidebringer. Slark's bottom, still not level 6 yet. We'll get it after these creeps. It's very slow to farm.
He just feels like he's playing catch up in every game, Cjbeards. Getting so heavily pressured. Whisper diving towards the Enchantress. King Owl does have Black Hole, pops the Mango, chucks it forward with the Carapace. Schofield was there to reset. The Egg's going to get taken down. 3 heroes converge on it. Finish it off as the Enigma does slip away. The kick there with the silence. 2 men hit, and the orb forward will find them 3 kills.
Very nice. Cjbeards missed, didn't get the Enigma. Spike Carapace was nice, but the Egg was way too far on the left side there. Just 3 heroes pummeling onto that. And SG, they're just right back in it. This Necrobook is a very nice build, I think, from the Enigma Gary. It does a lot of damage just early into the game.
And they found Stinger. Another easy kill. Yeah, because we've seen the Dazzle roleplay as the Beastmaster, right? This is like a similar thing for the Enigma to do.
Yeah. So it's better because Enigma also has a stun. Same like Beastmaster.
He's got a couple of big stuns. Allows him to farm so quickly too.
That actually gives so much space to the Slark. He pushed bottom out quite a bit. Has got a 1 round of jungle creeps as well. I think he's caught right back up in terms of XP angled.
Hey, he's overtaken the K1 abbadon now. And speaking of, what's he looking like? 2,000 saved up?
Is he going for, wait, hold on. Is he going for the straight Midas? And then gonna buy Radiant after? But we'll see. I mean, he hasn't bought the gloves already, right? Because gloves on abbadon is amazing for your passive attack speed, farm faster. But this makes me feel like he's just gonna go for the Radiance.
And do you reckon it's one of those things like if he dies again, he's like, okay, Radiant's gonna be too slow. I'll go for the Midas. But if I can stay alive and just farming jungle.
Yeah.
Keep on going towards that big item timing. A bit of a lull now as Black Hole being down. The Enigma not sticking up in that top lane. Has to kind of come back down towards bottom. Puck with coil ready, going for the Witchblade first. So we're not going to have that blink initiation from Adriano. Just the right click power
last
instead.
Game too. It looks like that's his preference, just the Witchblade. Lots of damage, good tank ability, int. Such a nice item. You know what it reminds me of? The old Blade Mail? The one where it gave so much int, and you saw like Queen of Pain, Blade Mail every game. Or like Nature's Prophet Blade Mail.
Exactly, yeah. Man, those mid-Nature's Prophet days were pretty fun. With Blade Mail, TP to lanes, stand your ground and fight. SG gonna scout into the triangle. Stacks have already been cleared though. They're still gonna get a good coil onto Crystallock's Kunkka. And that boat doesn't do too much for you.
Yep, nice didn't land in time. Very good.
Phoenix, meanwhile, with a Shadow Shaman and diving onto King Owl. There is no Black Hole, so no turnaround here. Maybe the Earth Spirit can roll in time. He's just gonna give a kick, a silence, turn with a stun and the Midnight Pulse. But they've got Puck arriving. Roll misses, Whisper being focused, silenced up, killed off. And Puck's gonna keep going for this Stinger Shadow Shaman. So it's not just a 1-for-1 trade, it's gonna be a 3-for-1 as SG react beautifully.
Oh, Puck got the kills too. That's probably the hero after Sark, like you don't want getting the kills. He's got the Witchblade, he's gonna have a blink pretty soon as well.
A DD rune. Well, they could look for this tier 1 tower mid. It's sat about 500 HP.
Sark's here. 2 heroes dead, just helping out a bit.
And this is one of those issues, you know, with the Wraith King, with the abbadon, you are waiting for that item timing, right? The entire team is kind of on tenterhooks. Where are you? Where are you? Do you have it yet? Are we there yet? It's the kid in the back seat on a holiday.
I mean, it's 12 minutes into the game, though. It just kind of feels like Beast Coast are making too aggressive of moves this early into the game, where they just kind of have to bunker it down, get some vision up, farm. If they run into your high ground, then you turn the fights with the Egg and the Kunkka boat. But because the Kunkka got picked and they were making a play at the same time, it just made Beast Coast so thin in terms of where they can be on the map.
Well, they'll try and mount their own offensive on the mid lane.
They got a relic now on the abbadon, so I mean he's farming very quickly. That's for sure.
Yeah, they've got the shackles here. Sun Ray to burn into KJ. Torrent keeps her held in place, and the Serpent Ward's going to work onto that tower as well. As it looks like the Nyx's getting picked off there. Theo and Adriano get straight on top of him.
Necro 3
Schofield not available for this fight, and a DD Puck is a pretty spooky hero to come in on a two-man coil, snapping it onto Chris Luck with a kick. Beautifully done, but the Supernova with the boat, they're all buffed up, and they can't focus the egg. So it looks like disengage time for Beast Coast as they will fall back. Stinger's going to get slowed. The little warrior there, little archer getting on top of the Shadow Shaman. Kick back into the waiting arms of Cjbeards. Give him some Agi, the first permanent Agi stack of the game.
DD Puck, Necro 3s. SG, they're hitting a pretty big timing right now. It was a nice play to go for the Kunkka, kick him back, but I think he got clipped by that boat, so he got the damage reduction, and then he also got the abbadon shield, removing the disables, negating a lot of that damage. Until the Slark gets big, it's going to be hard to kill the abbadon and the Kunkka when they're sticking together.
Oh, they're contesting this stack. It's a juicy one. Slark wants in, but Nyx and Kunkka have done a good job there, clearing through the majority of it. They've stunned the Shadow Shaman and missed out on the Pounce leash. Shadow Dance there to try secure the kill, but not enough damage. And this is all time, all space creation for abbadon, who is closing in, halfway towards the Radiance recipe. Just a minute or so away. Breaking up high ground into the triangle. Nyx invis, still spotted by this Necro 3. Slowed down, a little purge creep, chasing into Schofield.
And back into high ground they go, get that bounty. And Beast Coast, I mean, I really don't want them fighting here, Gary.
They've caught the puck.
Oh, they got
the puck's
puck
alone.
The ward,
If they can take down Adriano before they can react, the phase shift and orb of Jaunt, no, still dead. An X-Mark now onto the Enigma with the boat coming. He does have Black Hole ready, but inside the Serpent Wards, he's just being shredded. Tries to break his way out of the cage, but beautifully done. I was wondering, that Beast Coast smoke looks so awkward, but very well executed.
That ward and catching off the puck, who was trying to make his way towards bottom, maybe check out the bounty rune. I mean, that was going to be an awkward fight if it was like 4 versus 3, but because the puck was going on his own and was under vision, ended up being completely awful for them. It's weird, right? To take engagements before the Radiance on the abbadon.
Yeah, and when they're all half HP. Like all the Dire heroes were like 60%, 50% HP, and they still go for it. But there we go.
He's got it.
It's time.
Yep.
K1 looks pretty... He's still got Midas queued up. And he should be pretty ready to go and battle now. Mantis Star going to be coming up reasonably quickly. As Beast Coast probably want to get some use out of this Phoenix. And they're going to take down an illusion. Realizing that's not the real one. Theo is skating off somewhere else, but an X-Mark onto Adriano. Phase shift, trying to dodge, drags it back still, but not into the Torrent. The Hex though, Stinger, where's the Shackles? Not coming. Jaunt back, and the Black Hole. King Ow's there, the boat's going to cancel it with the Torrent, and K1 is burning them with its Radiance. They've killed Stinger, but lost their pulse 3 as the Supernova lands, and Adriano's just going to get chased down. Chris Luck getting on top of the puck. Theo kicks and snaps the coil. Phoenix stuck up with Cjbeards. The Slar goes to work, but they can't kill off the Phoenix. There's a shield, there's heals. There's all kinds of saves coming from the Dire team. Cjbeards can't stick on a target, and he's got a dip.
All right, I mean, all things considered, Beast Coast, pretty big win for them. They only lose the Shaman. Enigma had to use the Black Hole there, so once they heal up, they can just get right back on the map and go do that again. This Kunkka, he's so tanky right now. And with that halberd, it's making it really hard for the Slark to just go into the fight and stick onto someone.
It's another save,
now,
basically, isn't it? That halberd.
Yeah, exactly. So they have to think about, the Slark has to think about X-Mark, Nyx Assassin Stun, Mana Burn, Shaman disables, now the halberd. Oh man, it's really hard for him for the time being. That's why he's going for the Sanjin Yasha, get that 25% status resist. He's hoping for a Titan Sliver as well later. And if he can get those 2 items, then he's going to be able to fight.
Do you reckon he has to go BKB after the SNY? Probably
it's
has
quite
to.
possible. Yeah, I think so. Against the X-Mark, definitely.
Slark's still hunting even after losing the Enchantress. Misses the pounce on Stinger, and there's the X into boat. Drag coast to build back. Stinger very low. They hex up the Earth Spirit, forcing the Shadow Dance as well. Do pop the Shadow Shaman, and King Ao is walked back in here, but no Midnight Pulse, just a Malefice. And you're right, K1 pops the borrowed time, walks forward aggressively. Coast to build front line, just face tanking everything. Dragged back into the torrent, dodges it, but the next assassin ready. The coil stops him from chain stunning, and the dark pack comes. But
Oh my god!
K1 with a double kill off the back of a shield. Adriano's trying to wave rift out of here. Orb, Jorn, get away from the torrent. Still has an urn on him.
He's
alive.
fine.
TPing home.
It looked like he was maledicted for some reason. I don't know if the cosmetics,
The arcane rune.
Urns. Yeah, the arcane rune, exactly. Okay, so yeah, check this fight out. Like the Sark, he's jumped onto the Nyx. Nyx goes in with the pure damage, and then the Abaddon clicks a shield onto the Nyx, and then with that Dark Pact also burning his HP, just blows up.
Oh man.
That was crazy amount of burst damage. He did not expect that on the Sark at all.
And that's not like a super squishy Slark. That's a Slark.
No, he's not.
With Echo, with Strength Treads, with Sanji sitting at over 2,000 health.
He was also on Agi treads because I think he was switching through while clicking the spells. So he lost 200 HP from being on Agi treads. He lost 300 whatever HP through like the Dark Pact, and then the shield popped, and it just kind of blew up like that.
That's awkward.
Very awkward. And now he's like starting to fall behind as well. Instead of just finishing up this SNY, playing to his item timing. He was like a recipe away from finishing his SNY the whole time. And now the Abaddon and Kunkka, like look at their network. They're so good right now.
Exactly. They're straight back on track. The classic Beast Coast. K1 and Chris lock up at the top. Whispers Phoenix finally has that level 2 supernova with Spirit Vessel and Veil heading into Shiva's Guard. It's going to offer so much team fight.
Yeah, Shiva's Guard is deadly. Like this game is getting to a point where this Slark is not going to be able to play Dota anymore. And they also won't be able to play into the Phoenix Egg either. Sorry, misclick. Okay, no problem, Chris Luck. We can forgive you for that.
How do you misclick pause? What hotkey is your pause on? Do you keep it on F9?
Yeah.
How do you misclick all the way over there?
I don't know. Maybe he's I don't know. Maybe he plays with like F5 to 8 for his spells. Who knows, dude?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe his F8 key is like send courier to him or something, right?
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
Nah. He's got Ghost Ship on F8.
God, please, no. He's going to walk straight into the Earth Spirit. He's got BKB on his Kunkka, though. Man, SG, are you sure you want to fight this? Yes, you have Black Hole, but Chris Luck is a monster. They go with the Magnetize on the Stinger. Adriano jumps. They blow up the Shadow Shaman. But now comes K1 with Whisper ready to Supernova. They've got King Ao from the high ground, Black Hole, and Chris Luck. He didn't get a BKB off.
Right?
They didn't get that magic immunity on the Kunkka, so now Whisper's stuck inside the coil. SG absolutely wanted to fight that.
Nice. I mean, that was a perfect pick because the Earth Spirit went in, found the Shadow Shaman, and that's the first hero they want to kill, right? You get rid of the Hex, you get rid of the Shackles. And he has such low HP in comparison to the rest of Beast Coast team, so most efficient kill they can find. And as soon as it's 4 versus 5, with the Black Hole, they can just do whatever they want. If you think about it, the only way they can cancel Black Hole once the Shaman's dead is Nyx stun, right? Or Kunkka. So if you get Black Hole on one of them, or both of them, they won't be able to stop anymore.
Fight's over. Well, they get rid of Roshan now. And he just going to feel much better about himself. And BKB is queued up and on the way.
His net worth is a little bit concerning though. The pace that he's farming at right now. So most of this Aegis timing is going to be spent farming that BKB. But once they get that BKB on the Slark, he's going to be hitting another power spike.
And then you have these kind of interesting fights where the Radiant want to extend them to get that Slark, kind of guerrilla tactics, in and out, dodging and diving. And against an Abaddon, the Kunkka can rack up some serious Essence Shift stacks. The Beast Coast going to be very wary of that.
Can he get a bunch of stacks against Abaddon Manta and getting silenced instantly? Even if you purge it off, by the way, the illusions are going to reapply that curse.
That's true.
So It's.
Is he going Echo on the abbadon as well?
Yeah, he is. Double tap.
Oh, it's going to be painful
Sounds
for
like
the Slark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Echo
You know
with
what?
the Bissell.
The more I think about it, I'm starting to wonder, does the Slark really counter this abbadon?
I don't know.
Like, he just gets the, like, you can remove the silence with the dark pack one time, right? And then you just get instantly silenced again. Because you got 2 illusions and an echo saber hitting you. And then you're slowed. And then you can't man fight him.
It's like one of those rules in my head where it's like Slark good against strength heroes against abbadon. But you're right, itemization can change that dynamic so very quickly. He's got the echo done. He's going to have that basher pretty damn quickly. And what have SG got out of that Aegis? Northwest outpost. Grab up a tower. They do trade tower for tower though. They're keeping themselves on the map, but it still feels like Beast Coast kind of equally farming against them. Walk straight into the slug. X him back and forth to Shadow Dance, stunning him. Yep. Dark Pact is off cooldown again. Can they keep this chase going? Burning him with a Sun Ray, jumping forward with the next mana burn. The Mist Coil pops the Aegis. Super long range follows him through the pounce. And now the boat. How well timed is it? The Torrent, the boat, they both miss. Chris Luck slightly off the mark. King Ao does have Black Hole here under their tier 2, and Adriano jumps in, but the high ground Supernova beautifully placed, and they just keep giving chase. The 4-man coil, but where's the follow through? They're straight onto Theo, shackled him up, Earth Spirit destroyed. And Chantress out here, down on the low ground, but Beast Coast, they come in, they strike, they get what they came for, and they fall back.
Yeah, and Phoenix also killing off King Artie here, next to the Ancient area.
They want to keep on fighting. Missing the stun on the next assassin though. Axe marking Enchantress with another torrent. Kunkka.
Slark.
He's not looking too hot. Enchantress down, and Slark just had to run away.
He got like 1 hit off and has to instantly bounce out. Oh man. This feels really bad for Slark, and he's getting constantly chased down. SG, how are you gonna turn these fights around?
Is Puck okay over here? It's getting a little bit spooky.
He's alright. I mean, there's not a whole lot of disables on Beast Coast unless they can hex him with the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman's top right now. So it's alright.
Yeah, the Nyx with a blink is always a worry.
True. Very true.
I'm taking that bottom outpost now. Shadow Shaman manages to address that top wave. Get a bit of vision down. Still a significant...
10-second BKB with Black Hole.
That's what this smoke's all about.
Yep, and they got the BKB on the side too, so big power smoke.
They catch the Kunkka. That's a huge pick-off if they can take him. He pops his BKB and runs back with the Essence Ring. Meanwhile, Slark going to work with a Black Hole onto Whisper, focus the Phoenix, kill him off. No team fight for Beast Coast any longer as Chris Slark still being chased. Pounced yet again. Glimmer caved under his tower. The Serpent Wall's there, but goes to Beal. On a killing spree as the borrowed time from K1 allows him to do a bit more damage and trade back for 1. But the Slark is finally getting his job done. Able to hit heroes. Is he diving for more? That's risky.
It's very risky. You don't want to be fighting into those illusions of the abbadon. You will get silenced. So just stop. I mean, they used the Black Hole though on the Phoenix, right? So when Beast Coast are up, they're gonna run back at the SG, and they're gonna get this Nyx, try and catch someone. Stark also popped the BKB, so that's down to 9 seconds now. And these early BKBs are so important. How SG used them. Because you're playing up against a lot of disables when it comes to team fights.
Yeah, like the first 3 charges, they've got to kind of dominate these team fights. Oh, I like that glyph.
What?
I like that glyph top.
Don't kill the wave.
Keep the Slark there, right? Make him stay there, catch him, stun him, silence and bash him.
BKB though.
Has to BKB. Pounce ready, but the massive damage from that Vendetta strike. That glyph, honestly, Chris Luck, pause all you want. That was beautiful. Whoever called for that glyph is like mind gaming the shit out of Slark.
How did that actually work? There's no, it's Slark, come on, man. You look at the minimap, there's nothing. Why?
By the way, that's the second misclick he's done on the pause. Excuse me?
Disconnected though. I think he disconnected on purpose. He's like, oh shit, I paused the game. I can't say it's an accident.
K1 said misclick. K1 said, sorry, Chris Luck, misclick.
Yeah, but he disconnected though. You know, is he covering up with a misclick?
Who knows?
Like, nah.
He's back now.
But seriously, like, why did he go back into the creep wave?
They're in his head.
What? Oh no. He was too tempted.
It was
Like they could have been like glimmered up.
A double wave, man.
Yeah.
It's so juicy.
Is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
That leads to tier 1 tower top. Roshan still 2 minutes away at the very least. And the Dire team are the ones to get the Titan Sliver. Did we see what the Radiant got yet? Ceremonial robe and an Elven tunic.
Elven tunic is amazing for the abbadon, right? Wait, was it Radiant or Dire?
Radiant had one? Yeah, Dire got the Titan Sliver.
Okay.
Which Kunkka's holding right now.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Let's see. There's a ceremonial robe available too. Nyx can take that. Very nice item for him. I think K1 is hoping for an Elven tunic for himself. He wants that attack speed. And the evasion, so good. Radiance, evasion against the Slark. He's going to be unstoppable on abbadon.
He doesn't get one, sadly. Not yet, anyway.
Yep, has a cloak or... Yeah, he's going to take the cloak. Okay, so double burn. Hell yeah. Let's go.
The immolation boy. Enigma now with a blink, BKB.
Radiant's middle tower
That's
is under
another
attack.
team fight swinging item that King Ao can bring to the table. Beast Coast is sweeping through every part of the jungle, making sure they're clearing jungle camps, gaining gold, and taking all that farm away from SG at the same time. Like, the Radiant Triangle is empty right now. Super sad. When's it rapier time for the Slark? He's got MKB queued up, and I'm like,
No. Slark is one of the heroes who really doesn't buy rapier unless you picked it up from your enemy's corpse. So, probably not gonna get that. MKB is surprisingly really good because it still gives you attack speed.
oh yeah, true. You got this Echo Saber to double tap people.
I wonder when we're gonna see Witch Plate Slark.
Ooh, BKB. Adriano's got one, and they black hole Chris Luck. Can they pump enough damage into the Kunkka? No, he's still alive. The blow's coming. Servant will drop. They've traded out Stinger, but it's going to be a huge fight for Beast Coast. Theo King Ao destroyed as a Torrent Storm causing chaos. Slark has to BKB, shouted out TP. Nothing to stop him right now, or is there? Schofield with the big stun, catches and kills. A double for Chris Luck. Roshan's up in 8 seconds. It couldn't be more perfectly timed for Beast Coast.
Not only did they win the fight, that was the Enigma black hole that was spent. Like, he used it without the Slark being nearby. And that was on a full HP Kunkka. So you know when he comes out of that black hole, he's still gonna have a... Yeah, look at this. That was a full HP Kunkka they went on with the Midnight Pulse. They unloaded everything, but it wasn't enough. He still had like 20% life left. Abbadon came in, Phoenix Egg pops, because he just had to use it at the same time the black hole was going. And the Slarky real quickly realizes that he can't really do anything. Just had to try and TP out, but too late.
Not something he wants to be involved in anymore.
I really like this Blink Dagger Nyx, by the way. We've seen a lot of Nyxes, and they tend to not go Blink, but it seems like it's still the best item for that hero.
Yeah, it looks so hot, especially against this Slark. I mean,
It makes it so that you okay, go ahead.
I was gonna, the Vendetta pure damage 450 is like a quarter of Slark's HP just from one hit.
Yeah,
And he's saving it for him.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say. Like, if you don't go the dagger, you're now relying on your Vendetta to be able to open the engagements, right? Instead, you get the dagger, and now you blink stun, and then you use a Vendetta on a target that you want to finish off, like the Slark.
Yeah. Super potent stuff.
Abyssal Blade, abbadon too. Woo! I mean, now, if the Enigma tries to black hole the Kunkka, you can always use the Abyssal to cancel that. You can also Abyssal the Slark after the Dark Pact. Silence him up with your Manta, kill him. He's actually just playing like Spectre on abbadon.
Yeah, you're right. Like the Echo Saber is a bit different. But everything else is identical to how Spectre was playing last patch, wasn't it? Dust up onto Schofield, catching the Ench in the torrent. Chris Luck, not wanting to push his luck, still standing there and breaking down buildings. They're going to try and go on Schofield here. Pretty tanky Nyx Assassin, though, gets his carapace off, stunning up the puck and the Earth Spirit, so the boat crashes onto his head, and now a stun from the Nyx. Onto the Enchantress, and 2 supports dead without buyback means they can just keep on diving. Torrent Storm there, Slug caught up in all the stuns. I think it's game over. Slug's gone for 75 more seconds. They've got no black hole. It's ready in 5. What's King Al got up his sleeve? Can he get a 5-man here? Because he bloody needs it.
They have a tier 2 tower mid up, so they're not going to get megaed. So that's fine. I think Stark's going to be alive. They're going to stick around. We know they have their black hole. They're just going to play towards that, Gary.
And he heals up
also clear the wave.
Pops his cheese.
They actually need somebody to push bottom out. That's the big problem here. Bottom wave is coming in, so there's not going to be any backdoor protection.
Slark has buyback now. There it is. Enigma waiting in the trees.
Want to defend.
Trying to get in on top of them, but they've got the stuns. So much disable. Theo just blown completely up. The supernova in the back with a black hole. King out, where is it? Comes too late. He's got bashed. He got cancelled out. Disaster strikes for SG. Slark in the middle of 3 heroes now, and beastcoast is going to turn and face up against their opponent. Slap them down. Torrent Storm. Torrent, the real one, lands. Cjbeards has to run away, but he's X-Mars back into the waiting arms of K1. Chris Luck with a triple, and SG completely out of it. An ultra kill for Kunkka. Let's give it to him. Where's the rampage? King Owl, stop spider legging away. Get back into Battle Boy.
That was the most unfortunate thing I've seen. Like, that was so nice, right? They went in with the BKBs, they killed the egg off, and then Enigma drops the black hole. But as he's black holing, the right click from the abbadon bashed him.
Man.
He was in the black hole. What?
Unlucky for King RD.
I mean, that would have been just a comeback right there.
Slug just
at
died
least, like,
back.
Possibility. Exactly.
Mega creeps incoming, and Beast Coast really putting out of contention any chance of tiebreakers. They want to be top spot. They're going to BKB up, jump in, Abyssal Blade, stun, catch, kill, and slay. Stinger is inside that coil, and they have managed to disengage with Adriano off to the right-hand side, but losing Theo now, getting the tips from the Beast Coast squad, and losing that final lane of barracks means the mega creeps are coming, and SG don't stand a chance. Its puck is shackled and burnt by the sun ray. Everybody's dead.
They don't want to GG out, Gary. This is like their major dreams right here, just slipping away.
They have been destroyed by Beast Coast.
Your admiral is on board.
15 seconds. He's almost up on the Sark. So is the Earth Spirit.
Let's see.
Not in the game quite yet.
Midnight
Still
Pulse.
Aegis on the Kunkka.
Yeah, and he's diving fountain. He just wants to go in. Supernova in the fountain. Sunray from the supernova burning into King Owl. Trying to focus it down. The disarm, and the egg lands. The boat comes crashing on. The big shark. The Megalodon slapping down the Enchantress. And Chris Luck, he's got the help of that Abyssal Blade from the abbadon. Stuns up Cjbeards for a second as they do focus now on the throne. Borrowed time to go. He could go diving a little bit deeper there. Cjbeards still playing with them. Gets the kill on Schofield, but the throne has fallen. A good game is called. Beast Coast with a 2-0 victory, securing that 6-1 record and putting SG in that sad position of sticking around in Div 1 without any chance.